Okay guys, we'll continue our practice on C language. So far we have solved the subdomains introduction and conditions and loops that will include your first 10 challenges. Today we are going for the third subdomain, arrays and strings. As a part of this subdomain we are having the 5 challenges. In this session we'll be solving the first two challenges, that is one-dimensional arrays and array reversal. First we'll solve the one-dimensional arrays in C language. In this, the objective is an array is a container object that holds a fixed number of values of a single data type. To create an array, we'll declare by using the data type, the array name and the size of the particular array, where ARR is your variable array name which will hold up to n integer values. Okay, the above array is a static array, that is the memory will be allocated at compile time. And the similar, we will be having a dynamic array that can be created in C using your dynamic memory allocation functions such as malloc, calloc and other functions, and the memory is allocated on the heap at the runtime, while in a static memory allocation it will be allocated in program stack. In dynamic memory allocation it will be allocated in heap during the runtime. So to create an array using dynamic memory allocation, we will be using this particular line which will be using the malloc, with which you can create n integers memory size during dynamic memory allocation during runtime, where ARR points to the base address of the array, that is the first address of your n elements which we are going to allocate using dynamic memory allocation. So in this challenge you have to create an array of size n dynamically. You have to input the elements of the array, sum them and print the sum of the elements in a given new line. And that is, the task is to basically create a array, one-dimensional array of size n with dynamic memory allocation, and you have to input those elements and then sum them. After that, print those elements sum. Okay, so the input format, the first line contains an integer n, the second next line contains n spaced integers, that is will be having one n, that is this will specify how many elements you need to have in your array, and the next line specifies those elements which are to be part of the array, and these are the constraints. And after that, the output format should contain the sum of these elements, that is sum of all those elements which are part of the array. That will be your basic problem statement. So coming to the program, first you have to declare an array. You can create an array by using this particular line. You can copy paste. Okay, that will be the line to create an array, and we'll be needing a value n to find the largest size you want to have, that is how many elements you want to have in your array. And for that one only you have to take the input, you have to take the input of n. So scanf %d address of n, and next you have to, that is first take the input of your elements, next you have to take input of all these n elements into the array. So to take the input of n elements in the array, you have to have the loop. So first you need a variable I, and then you need a variable sum to sum the elements. I will be initializing that sum to 0. First taking the input of your elements in the array, how to use the I, which should start from 0 and it should be less than n I plus plus, and scanf percentage d. So here you have to write a plus I, that is a plus I means when I is 0, sorry, ARR, the array name is ARR. ARR plus 0 means when for the first element your ARR will be pointing to the base address of the array, so it will be pointing to the first element. So ARR will contain the base address. When you are typing ARR plus 0, whatever the value you enter will go into the first element. Similarly, when I becomes 1, it will go into the second element, like this up till your last element. This particular 2 lines are for giving input to your array. Once after giving input, you have to sum them. To sum them, again take an loop, similar loop I plus plus. So to sum them, we have to use sum plus dereferencing star, that is mod. This is dereferencing operator ARR plus I, value at the address of ARR plus I. This particular line will add your elements into the sum one by one. So your given task is to first declare an array and take the input values into the array. After that, print the sum of that elements. After that, print the sum. Percentage d, the sum will be presenting the variable sum. So that's your program. We run the code. All the sample test cases are fine. We'll submit the code for finding all the test cases fine. Okay, that is your challenge 11 regarding one-dimensional arrays. So let's go for the second challenge, or challenge 12, that is array reversal. So in the previous example, you have seen how to declare an array and how to input it. Later, how to read the values or input the values. After that, how to sum those values. In this, the problem is you are given an array and you have to reverse the given array and print its reverse order. That will be the thing. So for a given array of size n, reverse it. For example, if your array is 1 2 3 4 5, and after reversing it, it should be 5 4 3 2 1. So the input format for this one is, you are given the size of the array, that is 6 elements. After that, they have given the input values and you have to reverse these values and print those reversal of those values. Okay, so those are your things. Coming to the program, they have already taken an array ARR and they have input those array, they have declared the array and they have given values into the array, and at last they have printed the values. The only logic you have to write here is you have to reverse the values. So in order to reverse the values, what you need to do is, you have to, for suppose if you are having 8 elements here, these are your 8 elements. This will be the 0th position, this will be the 7th position. Okay, So what you need to do to reverse is basically exchange the corner elements, that is I have to exchange 0 and 7th position element. After that I have to exchange this first element and 6th position element. After that I have to exchange 2nd position element and 4th position element. After that these two elements. Even if it is an odd size array, we have to start from here, that is first I have to exchange 1 and 2, that is 2 will come here, 1 will go there. Next I have to exchange these 13 and 13. Next I have to exchange 15 and 12. The middle element will be as it is. Okay, so this is the basic idea which I will be using to reverse these elements. So to reverse the elements, I think reversing means basically I am swapping the elements like this. So to swap I will be needing another variable, that is temp, and another variable I will be using j. So I will be starting my loop at 0, that is I will start at 0. J I will start at the last number, that is as I told you, in order to the first exchange should happen between the first number and the last number. For suppose this will be the 0th position element which I will be monitoring by using I. This will be the 7. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be the 7th position element. I have to swap the 0 position element and 7th position element. So that is I will start I at 0 and I will start j at the last position, and I will move I in the positive in the right hand direction. I will move j in the left hand direction until I meet them at the center. So what I am doing is num j I will have at the end. The condition should end at the middle place, that is num by 2, and I have to increment my I and I have to decrement my j. That will be the thing. Inside this you write the swapping code, how to swap an element, that is I will swap the first element I plus arr plus I means that will be the first element, 0th element I will move into temp. Next I will move my last element into the first element position, arr plus j. Next I will you should remember the swapping code, it should be fine for you. Arr plus j is equal to, so this is the code to swap your elements or to reverse your complete array by swapping the elements. We will run the code. So all the test cases are fine. Submit the code.